Hey guys, what's up? Derek here from Bomb Socks with another round of Bomb Bites where we are always feasting upon the words of Christ and we do it one bite at a time. So yesterday I gave you a little bit of an introduction to the Whitmer family, one of the founding families of this restoration. So grateful for all that they have done. Today I want to introduce you, there's a video out there. It's very similar to the Days of Harmony video that I showed you a little bit of the last couple of weeks. So this one is called A Day for the Eternities. Now it's a 23-minute video. I'm not going to show you all of it. I may show you little bits and pieces of it. In fact, I'm going to show you a little piece of it today and then finish up with kind of a cool story along with it. So here is the Whitmer family. Remembering the context here is that Joseph Smith and Oliver Cowdery were having some difficulties with translating over in Pennsylvania because of a lot of the persecution that was starting to take place from Emma's uncle, also from Emma's father as well. And so they felt like they needed to write to the Whitmer family and to be able to see if they can go stay with them. So we'll go ahead and start here and we'll finish it up.
David, a letter came for you today. What does it say?
It's from Oliver Cowdery and Joseph Smith. They want to bring their work here.
Why here? Why our home?
We are continually threatened. The Lord has directed us to ask if you would bring us into your home, where we might complete translating the plates without interruption.
The days are so full, Peter.
David, with so many mouths to feed, we cannot afford to lose any time.
But Father, Oliver is convinced that this is the work of God.
Then the good Lord will see that it is completed. Now is the time for plowing, not for bringing guests into our home.
Father later told me if I finished plowing, he would reconsider allowing Joseph and Oliver to come to our home. I threw myself into the work, but it progressed very slowly. Lord, if this is truly thy work, prepare a way for us to be a part of it.
We should finish plowing by Thursday. I want to sow the field by the end of the...
I prayed, Father. I prayed that the Lord's will might be made known.
Take the wagon. Bring them here. Tell them our home is theirs.
Okay, I love that little miracle right there. You see just acres and acres of plowed field. Cool little story along with this. If you go to Saints, it's in chapter 7. It's called Fellow Servants. Let me just show you this little story right here. It says, David wanted to go to Harmony immediately, but his father reminded him, and you saw this in the video, that he had 2 days of heavy work to do before he could leave. It was planting season, and David needed to plow 20 acres. That's a lot of land, and enrich the soil with plaster of Paris to help their wheat grow. His father said he ought to pray first to learn if it was absolutely necessary to leave now. David took his father's advice, and as he prayed, he felt the Spirit tell him to finish his work at home before going to Harmony. The next morning, David walked out into the fields and saw rows of dark furrows in ground that had been unplowed just the evening before. Exploring the fields further, he saw that about 6 acres had been plowed overnight, and the plow was waiting for him in the last furrow, ready for him to finish the job. David's father was astonished when he learned what had happened. There must be an overruling hand in this, he said, and I think you had better go down to Pennsylvania as soon as your plaster of Paris is sown. David worked hard to plow the remaining fields and prepare the soil for successful planting. When he finished, he hitched his wagon to a strong team of horses and set out for Harmony earlier than expected. So here's Peter Whitmer, who says, if this is the Lord's work, then he'll basically make it happen. And what happens? That's exactly what he did. Now, there's another little part of the story that's not mentioned in Saints here. This is actually taken from Joseph Smith's mother. It's the history of Joseph Smith by his mother, Lucy Mack Smith. Now, here's the little addition that she adds to the story. It says, the next day, David went to the fields to sow the plaster, but to his surprise, he found the work had been done, which we already talked about. His sister, who lived near the field, said that her children had called her to watch 3 strangers the day before spread the plaster with remarkable skill. She assumed they were men that David had hired. Now, I know what you're thinking. 3 strangers out there who just all of a sudden have this remarkable ability to sow a field and are able to do it with remarkable skill. Could it have been the 3 Nephite disciples? Maybe, there's never been any official documentation on that, but I have 0 problems with that. You keep in mind, the whole purpose of the 3 Nephites was to help build the kingdom, was to help minister to others, and to be able to establish, God's work as they're doing this. The Book of Mormon is a key element to all of that. And so in order to get that Book of Mormon translated quickly, maybe those 3 Nephites jumped in and saved the day. I don't know. But I love that story to show you the miracles that took place in these early days of the Restoration, and the Whitmer family opened their home to Joseph and Oliver to be able to continue this. And I love that story. So anyway, hope that helped you guys out. You guys are wonderful. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And thank you for sharing. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.